What is up, guys? Today is a video of like YouTube story thing with very bad Wi-Fi. So, it's my birthday, and my friend, and I was chilling, and I'm like, dude, it's my birthday. So, I get up, I get dressed, got a brand new Naruto tee that I got from my mom, and I love Naruto, so I had to wear that shit, bruh. And I wore it, my friends approved of it. It's like drippy, and I'm like, I bet. But I get my shit, and I brought a vape to school too. So I'm just chilling there in front of my house, just waiting, and just waiting for the bus. And he comes. So I'm like, okay, it's sick. Finally get to school. And I'm happy. I'm self-happy. And my brain's happy. So we finally get there. And I see my friends and I'm like, yo, what's up? I show them the shirt. They approved of it. And I'm like, hey, if we don't do something stupid today on my birthday, well, what's the point of it? They're like, yeah. So, we don't have our mask on because, it was a mask year. We had to wear the mask. And I was like, alright, sick. I put mine on, take it off like the next second later, and we were alright. And then the fucking doors opened. We're like, finally, Jesus. And everybody tells happy birthday to me. I'm like, yo, thank you. You don't know how much that means, I guess. And yeah. Then, okay, we get inside. Sorry. We get inside, finally. And, we're thirsty, we're hungry. Because, it's the morning, we didn't eat breakfast. We get the food. And I'm pretty sure it was like griddles. And it was pretty good, honestly. And finally, I eat it. I'm settled, and my friend's like, dude, can you buy me some food? And I'm like, why? He's like, dude, I'm fucking stoned right now. Can I have some? I'm like, fine. And, he was like, thank you, dude. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And he's always stoned. He always comes to school stoned. And, sorry about my bad Wi-Fi. Hold on, I'm sorry. But, everything's done. I'm finished eating, and then we go to my class. And it was history. It was a pretty good day. My friend was right behind me, and he told me happy birthday. We're good fucking friends. Like, I smoked with him for the first time, so he's my do or die guy. You feel me? And we start talking about dams and nectar collectors. And I'm like, dude, how much are they? And they're like $20. And he's like, oh my dude, I have that money, and I have that money for a dab. And we have those tanks just laying around my place because Hunter Gang. You know, we finally do the shits. We finally get to the class, thank God. And then my next class was math. Hated that class. And so, I'm pretty good. And it's just so slow. It's so slow, and I fucking hated it. I hated that class. I hated the teachers. I didn't like them. But, so, we're fucking around. I was just chilling at my teacher's classroom. Like my fourth hour? No, third. Sorry. Go to my fourth hour, my third hour. We finally get that class done. And then it came to my, science. And I'm like, yeah. Finally get there. And we get there. And I was with a friend that was in that class. We get there and we do the class. And I tell her it's my birthday, and she's like, "Hey Nick, how you been?" And I'm like, "I'm good. I'm chilling. It's my birthday." And she's like, "Oh, happy birthday!" And I'm like, "Thank you." And then, she was like, "Hey, you're doing a good job. Happy birthday," and gave me a sucker. And I'm like, "Dude, oh my God, yes." And so, I get that class done. Science was a bitch, because my teacher was, like, kind of cranky and always mad. Hated her class. Honestly, I would too. Because this was, like, a day of normal shit. Like, everybody would be fucking screaming, playing shit in class like I was. It was just fucking terrible. But we finally get through that class, and then it was lunchtime. I was so happy. And we finally go to get this. There's a pizza joint. We have free campus, like open campus, so we can go out and eat. And like for 20-30 minutes. So we go down to this pizza shop named Pizza Dudes, and it's really, really good, but really greasy. We're walking down the street. We get there. We get our pizza. My friend gets me pizza, and I'm like, "Dude, sick." And we go to our spot, and we all vape at this spot, and I'm fucking just hitting mine. I let my friends hit it. It was like berry ice, and it was pretty good. Or, no, berry mix. It was pretty good. And we are out there for a good minute, and we've, like, oh, fuck, we're late. And so we're running back to the school, and we get there. And we're like, oh, shit. And we go to the locker room, because we had gym. I put everything in my fucking backpack before, like, I got to the school. So, I was chilling with my dispo in my bag. And then, my friend's like, "Dude, can I hit it?" And I'm like, "No, just keep it in my bag." He's like, "Dude, let me hit it." And I'm like, "No, keep it in my bag." And so, I go to this, part of the, showers, locker room. I, go piss there because I feel, like, unconscious about me and my, big ass wiener. And my friend's like, dude, he has my vape out. And I'm like, dude, put that away. He's like, okay, fine. And he goes out. And then the fucking gym teacher was like, hey, what you got? And he comes out and he's all fucking pissed. And I'm just pissed and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And I'm like, did he get fucking caught with my dispo? And I'm just like, the fuck? Told you not to fuck it up. I told you to keep it in my bag and he didn't listen to me. And we're getting fucking yelled at. It's like, whose is it? Is it this person's, this person, this person? So, there's me, Nick, and then there was my friend, let's call him Joey. And then this other friend named Kyle. This other named, Jack. And then this other name, like, Waldo. Or Landon. We all vape in the back. And he's like, so, have you been, I know you guys, I'm not dumb. I know you guys go in the locker room, in the showers, and vape. And we're like, I don't vape, man. I don't know about you, but I was pissing. Now let me go. He's like, no, whose is it? And we're like, it's Kyle's. He's like, okay. And then we fucking hit it. We, get this, lady called down. She escorts us to the office. And we're chilling there. And my friend's like, yo, free Nick though. He didn't do anything wrong. It's his birthday. Let him free. And oh my god, bro. Shit happened all the time. It was literally my birthday, and I'm like, dude, if I get suspended on my birthday, I'm gonna kill somebody. And so, you know, we're chilling there. Oh, what the fuck is happening? We, you know, the fucking, this principal of some sort was like, okay, come with me. And we keep walking, we're walking, and, she's like, okay, sit down here, and you come with me. And I'm like, alright. She's like, okay, I'm gonna have to give you a search, and then after this, we're gonna go search your bag. And I'm like, alright. And so, she searches me, I'm clear, and then we go down to my bag, so it can go, you know, get it searched. And so, you know, we do that, and she was like, I was like, so, how was your day? And she was like, it's been pretty good. I finished up a file of some sort. And I'm like, that's cool. It's my birthday. And I'm kind of sad this is happening on my birthday. If I get suspended on my birthday, I'm gonna get kind of pissed. She's like, oh, yeah, that sucks. Whatever you're doing, shouldn't have done it. And I'm like, yeah, it's whatever though. And, she's just like, but happy birthday, bro. And I'm like, thank you. And we go over, search my bag, she searches everything. And I'm like, go. I'm like, clear. I'm like, dude, oh my god, I almost fucking got a bullet hit to the chest. And I was like, dude, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But, you know, shit happens. And so I go out with my teacher that caught us with it, caught my friend with my dispo. I'm talking to him and I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, was it yours? And I'm like, no, it wasn't. And I'm like, and that's a complete lie, because it was mine. And I, kind of was like, and I'm like, how was your day? And I'm like, he was like, pretty good. And I'm like, and he's like, how about yours? And I'm like, dude, it's my birthday. I'm stressed right now for something I didn't do. What? I guess it's funny on my birthday. I'm gonna be kind of pissed. And I'm like, yeah, I get that then. And so we finally get to it. We do this. My friend's like, dude, the fuck happened? And I tell them all about it. And they're like, dude, you were so close. And I'm like, I know. Gym, like the middle of gym, I get called down back to the office. And we do it. We get back, and my friend's like, we had my my gym, like my football coach when I was a little kid, knew my dad had his phone number and contact. And my mom. So, we're like, okay. He's like, brings two other kids in. He's like, so, is this yours, Nick? And I'm like, no. Is this yours? And so, whose is it? I say, Sean's. No, fuck. Kyle. Kyle's dispo. And he's like, that's bullshit. It's yours. And you know it is. And then my friend was like, yeah, it's Nick's. And then I'm like, fuck it, I'll just take the blame for it at this point. Like, it's plainly clear. He's like, no, don't, no. You're not gonna take the blame for it. And I'm like, I will take the blame for it. Because it's mine. He's like, oh. So he, like, leaves other kids out. But before all this happened, there was my dispo, and everybody got searched in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 dispos. It was fucking crazy. It was like the biggest suspension of the year. And you're like, okay. So, he calls my mom, and I'm like, don't tell my dad. It's like, okay, I got you then. And, I'm, like, she calls, no, he calls, I get picked up, my mom picks me up, and I'm like, shit. So I sit in the back, and I give her this thing, because it was 3 days, but 2 days optional if I do this thing. And I'm like, I'll just do the 2 days then, and do the thing. And I didn't, and it was, and she didn't know she had to sign it, and so I was chilling in the back, and we finally get home, and I'm chilling, and I'm like, dude, I can do some, like, workout. And so I started working out. I was fucking bumping it. And my mom comes in, she's like, looking at me. Because she thought I, like, would have been asleep. Because I would always go, like, come to school and then come home tired as fuck. So, we finally get home. I'm chilling, pump some iron. And then she's like, I'm not gonna tell your dad, and I'm not gonna take your phone, but just don't do anything stupid ever again. I'm like, alright, I won't. And my dad comes home, it's my birthday, and they're like, what do you want to go out for eat? And my mom acted like nothing happened, like it didn't happen at all. And I'm like, we can go to, like, Applebee's, because I was feeling Applebee's, and then we go to this different place called Lucky's Steakhouses, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good steak. And then I got home, got my fucking shit. I got my skateboard deck. I got my like wheels, bearings, grip tape hardware, and then I didn't have the trucks, so we had to go pick those up another day. And then my suspension was for a week and 2 days. Stupidest suspension in the world. No, it was 2 days, but I went to school the next day when on this Monday. And, get there. I don't get anything called down or anything. And this other day, it was Wednesday, and I know, I was sleeping in class, and she's like, hey, you can go to the office and sleep in there. And I'm like, alright. I go down there, and my teacher's like, no, my principal, one of the principals, vice principal, vice principal, I don't fucking know. She, was like, do you have your paper? And I'm like, no, and she's like, okay. You might get suspended, unless you just do the day here, or just do it tomorrow here. And I'm like, alright, okay. And she comes back out, and she's like, you can stay here, you can do it for the rest of the day. So I had in-school suspension. Told my mom about it, and she called, and she was like, why? And they were like, he didn't get the paper in, he came here the day that he couldn't, that shit. And it was so dumb. Finally got my phone, I'm like, finally. My friend thought, this one kid, everybody hates him, and his, news got leaked. I'll do a story time about that. And it was so bad, it was so small, and bushy as fuck, and I'm like, I'm gay apparently now. It was so disgusting. I don't want to see that ever again. Yeah, I can picture it in my head now. But I'm like, shut up, Tic Tac. And he's like, I thought you got suspended. And I'm like, no, I didn't. I had in-school suspension today. He's like, oh, okay. And he lives by me, and he's like, I know where you live. And I'm like, I know where you live, and I know the people next to you. So, shut up. So, lesson today, kids, is don't bring dispos to school and have your friend hit them. Keep them on you, and then put it in your bag if you have gym or something. Unless they're really shallow pockets, put in your bag where only you can find it. And thank you for listening to today's commentary. I'm kind of very high right now, so my throat's very dry, my mouth is very dry. I'm really slow, had really long pauses, so it's nothing to be concerned about. But yeah, I'm gonna start doing commentaries and shit, like Luna and Xcode. At some point I'll get a webcam for y'all. Probably baked as fuck. Alright, man. See you later, dudes. This is Skyline C4. No, this is Kool-Aid 65. And I'm peacing out, bro. See ya.